As you can see the screen, students, here, as we have learned different definitions of set in our previous classes, today we are going to discuss on some questions related to set. General question. As given on our screen here, as we can see here, we have a question. Let's write whether the following sets are empty, that means null, singleton, that means unit, finite or infinite set. That means we need to recognize, identify whether the given sets are empty or null set, singleton or unit set, finite or infinite set. Where our first question is like this here, as given to us on our screen, that A is equal to prime numbers between 5 and 7. Prime numbers between 5 and 7. So let's recognize the prime number which is between 5 and 7. As we know that the prime numbers between 1 and 10 are 2, 3, 5 and 7. 2, 3, 5 and 7, which is not between 5 and 7, because between 5 and 7 there is a number that is 6, which is not the prime number, which is not a prime number. 6 is a composite number. That's why there is no any number which is prime between 5 and 7. So that before writing whether the sets are empty, null, unit, finite or infinite, we have to as first we list the elements of the given set if it is possible. Okay, if it is possible, we need to write the elements of the set. But if the set is given in listing method, that we have learned already about the description or method to write the set. This set is given to us in descriptive method, so that first we need to write this set in listing method. Okay, so A is equal to empty curly bracket, because there is no any prime number between 5 and 7. There is a number 6 which is composite number. That's why set A is empty. So we can write it like this: set A is an empty set because it is there is not any prime number between 5 and 7. Okay, set A is an empty set because there is not any prime number between 5 and 7. So set A is empty set. Then after we have a question here, B is equal to multiple of 2 less than 20. B is equal to multiple of 20 less than multiple of 2 less than 20. Again, we have a given here the question in descriptive method. That's why as first we list the elements as it is possible. We need to list the element. So here, while listing the element, we have B is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Okay. these are the elements, or these are the multiple of 2 less than 20, not equal to 20. We need less than 20. That's why we should write all the multiples of 2 which are less than 20. So from 2 to 18 are the multiples of 2 which are less than 20. So here, as we have finished here up to 18, that's why set B is a finite set because the elements of set B are fixed. Here, the elements of set B are fixed because it is only required the elements up to 18. That means less than 20. It is fixed. So the given set is finite set, or in this way we can find which one of the set is finite or infinite. In this way, in the same way, let's talk about the other question, that is multiple of 2 greater than 20. As we know that there is no limitation of the multiplication. That's why here the question is telling us that multiple of 2 greater than 20. So we have to find the multiple of 2 greater than 20. That's why as first we need to write the elements in listing method as first, so that here, as you can see on the screen, that C is equal to 20 because multiple of 2 greater than 20. So this is not occurring in this set because 20 is not required, because we only need the multiple more than 20, that is greater than 20, where 20 is equal to 20. That's why this 20 is not mentioned. So we need to write the elements from 22. So 22, 24, 26, 28. But up to which number is it fixed? That is not clear. That's why at last we have given here dot 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 dot, okay, which represent us the given set C is infinite set because the elements of set C are not fixed. Okay, the elements of set C are not fixed. That's why set C is an infinite set. But on the condition, if our question is telling us like multiple of 2 greater than 20 and less than, suppose less than 30. So on this condition, we can write the elements up to 28, 24, 22 to 28, which are less than 20 and which are 30 and which are less than greater than 20. So in this condition, it becomes a finite set, but it is not required of less than. That means it is not fixed its last element. That's why the given set is infinite set. In the same way, we have the fourth questions. As we identify that the empty set, finite set, infinite set, similarly, how can we find singleton set, that means unit set? So for that, we have a given question here, is square numbers between 10 and 20. So as you can find, the square number is 1, because when we multiply 1 by 1, as we got result as 1. So 1 is also a square number. So 1, the square of 2 is 4, the square of 3 is 9, the square 4 is 16, the square of 5 is 25. So between 10 and 20, there is only one square number, that is 16. Okay, there is only one square number, that is 16. So absolutely there is only one element. So at first we list the element As first we list the element, so here t is equal to 16 because there is only one element between 10 and 20, which is a square number. So 16 is only one number that is a square number. That's why we list 16. So set D is a unit set because it has only one element. Set D is a unit set because the square number between 10 and 20 is only 16, and which is only one element between 10 and 20. That's why set D is a unit set. I hope you are understanding about the classification of this type of sets. So that let's talk about the other question, that is, let's write whether the following sets are equal or equivalent set, equivalent with region. If we have given some type of question, then how can we recognize, how can we identify whether the given sets are equal or infinite or equivalent with region? That we have learned already in our previous classes about it. So that we have a question here. A is equal to whole number less than 5. B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the two sets, because to make a relation, we must need at least two sets. So here, two sets are given to us here, A and B, where here, at first we represent the set in listing method for our easiness. So as I have represent the set in listing method here, A is equal to whole number less than 5. So the whole number less than 5 are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the same way, B is equal to as given in listing method. So that's why we copied it just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where therefore number of A is equal to 5 here. In the same way, number of B is equal to, set B is equal to also 5. Okay, because in equal or equivalent set, we must need the equal cardinality and the same element. So if the pair of sets having equal cardinality, then they are called equivalent set. But with equal cardinality, if their elements are also same, then they are called equal set. So after matching the cardinality, as we match both of the cardinality, both have the same cardinality, then after we need to match their elements. So as we can match 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4, but in set A there is no 5 and in set B there is no 0. That's why 0 and 5 are odd. They do not have any match. That's why they have only their equal cardinality. That's why hence set A and set B are equivalent set, because their cardinality are equal or same. They do not have equal, same element. They have only their equal cardinality. That's why these sets are equivalent set, not equal set. So remind one thing always, that if any pair of sets having the same cardinality, they are equivalent set, but with equality of cardinality, their elements are also same, then they are called equal set. In the same way, we have other question for this. Question number B. x is to x, p is equal to x is to x is a prime number where x is less than 10. The prime numbers less than 10 where q is equal to 7532. 7532. Let's do the question. So while doing or solving this, here we have p is equal to prime number less than 10. So here Kamlesh Yadav, prime number less than 10. Here we have 2357. 2357 are the prime number which are less than 10. That's why q is equal to 7532. So let's write its cardinality as given here. So cardinality of P. Cardinality of P is equal to 4. In the same way, cardinality of Q is also 4. So both have the same cardinality, 4 and 4. So then after, let's match their elements. So here we can match 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7. So all the elements matches with their own similar. That's why their elements are same and also their cardinality are equal. That's why hence set P and set Q are equal sets because their cardinality and elements are same. Or in this way we can write our answer as per required. Either the given sets are equal or equivalent. I hope you are understanding about these sets. In the same way, we have the other question here. Question number 3, like this. In question number 3, we have let's write whether the following sets are overlapping or disjoint with regions. Okay. As we have given a pair of sets, from that pair of sets, we need to identify whether the given sets are overlapping or disjoint. So as first, remember the definition that we have learned in our previous class, that if a pair of sets having at least one common element, then they are said to be overlapping, and if they do not have any common element, they are said to be disjoint set. So here in question number first, as we have given here, a is equal to factors of 12 and b is equal to factors of 18. Okay, so first we need to write the elements in listing method. As we have given here, while writing the set in listing method, as we have here, factor of 12. Factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. As we know, in the same way, factors of 18 are 1, 3, 6, 9, 18. Where common elements are here 1. Okay, we need to take out the common factors from our common element from set A and B. So these are the common elements, that is 1, 2, 3, and 6. That's why, or being the common elements with set A and B, and set A and set B are overlapping set because they have common elements. Okay, understood? In the same way, let's talk about other question, and that is here question number B. P is equal to first 5 multiple of 4, Q is equal to first 5 multiple of 7. So as given to us in our question, as we need to first list them or write the set by listing method as we have given here. Here while listing the set, first P is equal to first 5 multiple of 4 are 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20, where first 5 multiple of 7 are 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, where no any elements are same among set P and Q. That's why common elements is not. That's why hence set P and set Q are disjoint set because they do not have any common elements. But if they have common element, it again becomes a overlapping sets. So remind one thing, what? To be a overlapping set, a pair of sets having common elements, or if they do not have any common elements, they are considered as disjoint sets. So let's talk about our fourth question, that is, let's write which one of the following let's write which one of the which one is the universal set or subset in the following pair of sets. So here for this we have a question here, that is W is equal to whole numbers less than 20 and O is equal to odd number less than 20. While solving this, as first we need to write the elements by listing method here. So W is equal to whole number less than 20 are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So from 0 to 19 are the elements of W, which are the whole number and less than 20, where set O is equal to only odd number less than 20. So the last odd number less than 20 is 19, and as we know odd number start from 1. So the elements are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17 and 19. So as we can see here, where set W consists all the numbers from 0 to 19. Listen here, set W consists all the number from 0 to 19, where set O consists only the odd number from 1 to 19. Okay, that's why set W is a universal set, where set O is a subset, because set O is formed by taking some little elements from set W, but W has a large number of elements than set O. Okay, that's why the set which consists the elements as the main set of their subset, that is the universal set. So in this way we can find whether the given sets are universal set or subset. I hope you understood today's content. So thank you for today. Okay. Is there any problem in today's class?
Sir.
Sir, what is the homework?
No, sir.
In this way, you can identify whether the given sets are finite, infinite. कले पठाएको छ Rajan Gupta. Sir, this is no in book. Rajan, you need to just